Hi and welcome back everyone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to cover a really basic but super important exercise, sit to stand. Critical for your quality of life. The ability to get up out of your seat and mobile whenever you wish is super important. If we lose that ability, we start relying on other people, and we want to avoid that at all costs. So let me show you how to do the sit to stand properly. I'm an exercise sports scientist and I just love helping people, but let's get into it. Very basic exercise. Let's start with a checklist. So before you start, always making sure that you have a nice stable stance. Now making sure, I see a lot of people when they get up, they tend to have a narrow stance, the knees collapse, and then they try and get up and they're using their hand rest or something to try and get up. So you're taking all the weight from the legs, from the quads, and using other parts of the body when we really want to use these massive, large, powerful muscles in the legs and in the glutes. And we want them to work together. So number one, every single time you get up, make sure nice wide stance. So shoulder width just slightly wider than shoulder width and the toes slightly pointing out, not straight. That's going to put a bit too much pain on the kneecap. So making sure that the toes are slightly pointing out, and then that's going to give you a really good base. The second thing is to make sure you're slightly seating forward from a sturdy seat. So selecting something that's sturdy and not sitting all the way back, because I want you to have a good range and a good platform. So if you did collapse down or you did fall back down, then you've got a sturdy chair to fall back on. So nice sturdy chair, good seating position, feet slightly wider than shoulder width, slightly turned out. The next thing really important is to make sure when you're getting up, the knees do not buckle. This is really important. We want to make sure that the energy or the force that you're pushing off the ground, that when it comes up through the body, it's not going to collapse. We're not going to lose that energy and that power. So make sure nice wide knee position, and make sure they're in line with your feet. So there's a couple of checklists. Another one too is to embrace your abdominals. So slightly draw in your belly button, which will activate your core and will help with keeping everything nice and stable. So we've got the feet checked, the knees, we're making sure that's not buckling. You can have your hands on your thighs to build up that confidence, but however, hands in front or by your side, wherever's comfortable, we really want to rely on these quads or the lower body. So from here, taking a nice deep breath, when we've got everything checked, keep the head and chest up. We're going to lean forward and push on the way up. So it's going to look like this, deep breath, leaning forward. Nice confident stance. Notice my knees didn't buckle, and I'm breathing out on the way up, which is all going to do is synchronizing our whole body so that we're going to have the best foundation to perform this exercise. Now on the way down is another critical point. Just coming back down, make sure the knees don't collapse, but try and control the movement. We gain strength through that control. So coming back down, don't worry too much about breathing, there's a lot involved. And breathing out is the best, but coming back down and try not to fall. If you fall down, as in, I'll show you again, if I'm coming up and I should come down and I just fall, you're gonna have a chair to support you, but we wanna try and control it as much as possible. So let me show you a couple of things that we shouldn't do is, again, really poor platform or base of support coming up, using your legs, and that knee buckles, and we just get up, and then we start mobilizing. So that's really what we want to avoid, and coming back down when we're relying on all these assisting chairs or anything, walking aids to help. We want to try and avoid using external support and rely on our physiology, our strength. So let's go through a couple of steps again. Make sure those feet are wide, head and chest up, keeping that core nice and tight. Hands here if you're building up that support or building up that confidence. You can take another deep breath in and then breathe out. When you build that confidence, then you can start building up repetitions. So let's just do it a couple more times. I'm going to do one more time from the front and then I'm going to do it from the side. All the weight is on the mid of my foot to the rear of my foot. It's not forward, it's not back. I'll just show you from the side. I'm not going to turn my chair, just so you can see what my posture looks like. Always doing your checklist. We're not rushing the movement. Until you gain that strength and that confidence, always checklist. And we want to make sure the knees don't drive too far forward. So we're not starting back here. Because if the knee's over the toe, it's generally thought there's a lot of translation so that this bone is going forward and this is still planted. So you're going to get sort of like this shifting and it can cause pain. We want a nice, stable, confident position, standing up tall. I'll show you the two variations. So I just want you to repeat these movements, practice them. How many you do, this is a really critical point. I want you to feel confident in doing these. I want you to avoid, I hate to sit to stand, or I just dislike the exercise, it hurts me, it gives me this pain. Let's go back to, I've got to find where it's enjoyment. So if you're building up your strength, this is a daily exercise and you can do them throughout the day. Just so if you do one, you feel confident, you come back down, but you're not sure if you want to do a second one. Have a break, that's fine. You could do sets of 1, sets of 2, but leave a little bit in the tank. So just say if you've got 2 out, 3, 4, you're feeling a little bit tired, you think you can do more, but give it a break. All about building up a lifestyle and a habit and building that strength. Quality of movement is always better than quantity. Okay, so I want you to focus on the exercise. It's really critically important to do these. And once you have that good, strong feeling where you feel so confident, I want you to feel strong in this movement. It's critical for your quality of life. And repeating them daily, and then once you're building up that strength, we can go to a squat, and I'm going to show you that in another video. But thank you very much for your support. I really hope that you practice these, do your checklist, making sure our foundation is right, we're making sure the quality of movement is right, and go back and use these videos as like a part of your toolbox to go, I've forgotten how to do that. So even make your own little checklist. Repeat them throughout the day, building up to sets of 10, 20, where you're confident enough so when you need to get up and go, you can do that. You can imagine how many times we need to get up and go. But I wanted to try and keep this short. Thank you very much for your support. Looking forward to seeing the next video. Please keep an eye out. We have other episodes, but thank you very much and we'll see you guys very soon. Bye.